Welcome to this guide about assistants in Amplify AI. We're going to show you how to create and interact with assistants. This is a powerful feature in Amplify AI that allows you to use generative AI to carry out tasks and activities efficiently and with high quality. To get started, log into your Amplify instance. You're taken to the Amplify home screen. Open the Assistants menu by selecting the Assistant button at the top of the left sidebar. You'll see actions to create an assistant, create a folder to organize your assistants, and create a prompt template. You'll also see your folders where there are assistants available to activate or edit. Let's create a new assistant by clicking on the Assistant button. This will bring forward the pop-up to create an Amplify assistant. You'll see a blank assistant form. The main fields are assistant name, description, and instructions. The assistant name sets the display name to keep track of the assistant. The description is used to summarize the assistant's role. The instructions define the system prompt. There are lots of resources available to help develop instructions, and they can range from quite simple to very detailed. It all depends on the type of assistant you are creating. A tip, if you are just getting started, is to open a second Amplify tab in your browser and have a conversation with Amplify to develop the instructions. Start a conversation with a prompt explaining what you want to do with the assistant. Something like, I am writing instructions for an AI assistant that will help me write a monthly newsletter about my new business. What should be in the instructions? You can use all of the conversation features to refine the response to the prompt until you are ready to copy the response into the instructions for the assistant. Another tip is that you can include all kinds of parameters in the instructions. You can give instructions about the style of language, the length of responses, the structure of responses, whether the assistant should ask clarifying questions, how many questions, what resources the assistant should use, and so on. You can also make use of more advanced features like including variables such as file attachments or text strings by declaring a variable using double braces. We'll cover these use cases in more detail in another video. After you've completed your instructions, then you can add persistent data sources to the assistant. This can be in the form of files or websites that the assistant will use as a reference source. Click on the action buttons in the Upload Data Sources section to attach files or connect sources. Data sources are valuable because they can improve the relevance, accuracy, and consistency of your assistant. They can limit responses to your own materials, which reduces the likelihood of non-relevant materials being included in responses. Tip: keep file names descriptive to improve traceability. If you upload a file to an assistant, then it also becomes available to you for use in other features within Amplify. If you are creating an assistant and already have an existing assistant that you want to adapt, then you can use the option to auto-populate from an existing assistant. This is also useful if someone else has created an assistant and shared it with you. All you need to do is select the assistant in the drop-down and click the right arrow to populate all of the settings with a copy of the selected assistant. Then you edit the assistant as needed. You're now ready to save your assistant, and your assistant is created and ready for conversations. You can click on the assistant to start a conversation, or you can chat with it by clicking the symbol and selecting it from the list. Whatever prompt you provide should be processed with the instructions and the data sources that you defined in the assistant. Now that you've seen how to create assistants, I encourage you to try it out. Pick any type of activity where there's a repetitive process or a framework that you follow and see how you make that activity easier to do by creating and using an assistant in Amplify by CR8.